Okay, this is our second attempt at our final discourse, talking about our critical discourses. So I am going to start by saying, again, that I've really enjoyed the discourses because it's opened up my eyes to new perspectives, and that without it, I don't think I would have grown as much as I did in this class. And I really enjoyed working with Emma because she has so much insight and different ideas than what I would have originally come up with. And so it was nice to kind of feed off of her ideas and to sit there and kind of go on rants with each other. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I really enjoyed you and that time.
It's awkward because I was actually going to talk about how much I hated Jayne, but now I guess I have to say something nice about her. But no, I also have really enjoyed talking with Jayne, and I think that the way that we live and the way that we think about things it goes along similar paths. So I think that it's really useful. It's been really useful for us to talk because we really understand where we're coming from, and we can really build on that to create deeper meaning. And I also think that we're really open to what each other has to say. Because of that, we really understand each other's background.
And because we really understand, we're close. We just are friends outside of this, so it's really easy to be real.
Yeah, and I totally respect her and her ideas, and I think that she really has important things to contribute. And so when she says something or has an idea, I really respect what she's trying to say.
I agree, coming from the other end.
And yeah, so it's been good working with her. But that being said, it would also have been interesting to talk to other people.
Yeah, like I was saying in the last time when we got cut off, it would be really nice to, although I love working with Emma and we can be honest and we know each other and it's awesome because we're roommates and we can sit down and find time to do it. I think it would be really important just for this class in order to condense time for people who are living really busy lives and working full-time outside of school, et cetera, to be able to have Emma and I Skype in with 2 other people and do like a videoed Skype chat where there's 4 people now discussing, there's 4 perspectives, and there's a grand discourse kind of going on. And then the week after, you would then switch partners. So I would stay with Emma, but we would no longer be talking to, say, Brianna and Taylor. We would be talking to Shaheen and Martin. So then we would be getting a whole bunch of different views from a whole bunch of different people. Mm-hmm. And that way, instead of going on to folios to look at everybody else's critical discourse, we would be sitting there experiencing it ourselves.
Yeah.
And I think that's really valuable.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I agree with that. That would definitely be an interesting thing. I think it's nice because as a class we're quite close already because we've been going through this. So we kind of have talked to some other people in the class about the things that we've been talking about. But that would be cool if that was like an extension of the critical discourse.
Yeah,
was to branch it out.
I think so.
Something I've really taken out of the critical discourse is almost. Because you don't take a lot of time to reflect on class material outside of class unless you either have to do a reading or you have to do an assignment, especially because things we've been talking about in class are so relevant to the world. And I also love that about what we've been talking about is that it's also relevant. And so being forced to reflect on it, you really do develop deeper meaning and deeper understanding about and you make new connections. And like I said in the last one, I really enjoyed taking it outside, like to my family, and being like, we talked about this in class, and this is my ideas and thoughts on it, and to be actually able to present those, and then be like, okay, what do you guys think, and then build again. Yeah. So it's starting those conversations, and I think that that's a really important thing to take away from this course is the importance of starting conversations because it opens people up to discussions and ideas and ways of thinking. So, thanks, David.
I really liked how you did that because in this class I've never felt nervous to speak my opinion or to say something or to share my idea. And I think that's because you gave the power to us, the power of the conversation to us, and kind of let it flow around for a while. We kind of all felt like we had something valuable to contribute. Mm-hmm. And that's something that I brought up in my inquiry for my grand something conversation.
Guided inquiry conversation?
Guided inquiry conversation. And yeah, that's something I'm going to be starting to practice because I think it's really important for everyone's voices to be heard and to be valued. I mean, it's kind of like in our societies, right? Like it's, I think that you were really, David, you were really creating a classroom that worked around your teaching pedagogy and your life pedagogy, if you want to say that, because you really created a classroom that kind of reflected your own personality.
What you're trying to teach us. And I also think that I know I am, and I know a couple other people are going to try and take it into their practice and into their classes, the idea of critical discourse and developing that skill in kids, because I had a reflection on my Aboriginal education course, and I was talking to Carmen about how important it is to start kids thinking critically younger so that they can develop that skill, because it really is a skill about how to think and speak and look at the world critically. And it really starts with critical discourses and conversations between people and being open to ideas. It comes back again to that openness and willingness to accept and like move forward in understanding.
Yeah, and to accept criticism as well, right? So I mean, as long as it's constructive.
Yeah, and feeling in a safe enough environment that if you do disagree, it's going to be looked at as positive instead of negative.
Yeah, and if you are disagreed with, that that's just an opportunity to expand that conversation. So
no, I think we talked about in the last one, or it got deleted, that change and when you like conflict is really positive because it brings about change and different ways of thinking. Because if everyone just agreed with everyone else all the time, you wouldn't go anywhere. You just stay where you are. So disagreement and conflict can sometimes be really positive. And I think I've also taken that a little bit away from this course.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, well, I think that's it.
We've really enjoyed this class. I'm going to definitely pin it as one of my favorites.
Pinterest? All right. Thanks, David. Have a good day.